Well, if you're looking for a festive way to kick off the holidays, how about more than 250 makers all under one roof?
We love the Farmgirl Flea holiday market. It's back at Countryside Greenhouse, of course, packed with handmade gifts, vintage finds, maybe some of these items that you see on our table here. Of course, all the cozy Christmas vibes. And then there's a visit from Santa, too. And joining us live this morning is Karen Mead to show us how this market works and what makes this such a special holiday tradition for so many families. So Karen, thank you so much for being here. First, if we've never heard of Farmgirl Flea before, and I know you guys do this several times a year, but if we've never heard of this before, what is it and what can people enjoy when they come out?
Yeah, we're a market. We're a market that has vintage and handmade. Pretty much anything that you can think of is there. We host 3 markets a year. We have over 250 vendors coming to the holiday market. And there's everything from food to, goods to shop from, like I said, vintage antiques, decor, home decor. A little bit of everything is really there.
We see that there's a little bit of everything, anything that you could get here, Yeah,
a lot of local vendors. Are most of the people coming to the market from this area, or do we have some people that are maybe coming from other regions too?
Majority are local from Michigan, and then we do have some that come from other states as well.
Okay, very cool. I love how it's such a big impact no matter kind of what direction in West Michigan you travel. Talk about the things that we're seeing right here on our table. You brought in a number of different items, all of which I'm assuming can be purchased at the market this time around?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, we have this is some of the houseware goods that you can find, your home decor, items that are just little accents that you want to add to your holiday finds. And, besides the home accents, you can also find, larger pieces, greenery, porch pots, wreaths, furniture, just a little bit of everything, but mainly handmade gifts. That's our big thing because we know it's gift-giving season.
Yeah.
And we know that people are looking for maybe that unique gift, right? You don't want to have something, just a piece that you normally give. You want something that maybe means something to you and will mean something to the recipient of the gift as well.
A little bit more personal, right?
Yes.
I think that's the best part of it. It's always a nice touch when you get a more personalized gift like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. People this time of year are definitely looking for those gifts as we're getting into the holiday season. Can you talk about what might be new this season as compared to what they've seen in previous years?
Yeah, well, we have more vendors this year, so you're going to see a little bit more of a variety of items as well. We're still at Countryside Greenhouse, which we are so grateful for. They are wonderful to work with, and as you know, you shop inside there and it's just a wonderland already, right? And imagine it transformed into Christmas with lights and all the decor. I mean, it really is like an indoor wonderland.
Yeah, it really is. And so many spectacular things that you can find in there. I'm so curious. There are so many local vendors that are a part of this too.
Yeah.
How do you say, hey, you want to come to this market? How do you get them to come in and sell their goods to the folks?
Yeah, well, we have a juried process, so we ask them to apply, and then we look at how they display their items. We look at the variety of items. We like to offer something for everyone, so we're not looking for so much in one category, and we like uniqueness, right? If your gift is unique or something that, we know our customer base may enjoy, we'd love to have them come and join us and be part of it.
Absolutely.
I love that uniqueness aspect. Now we're looking at a lot of decor. We're looking at a cutting board there, a couple of different things that people could maybe get, but that uniqueness factor is of course also in there. Can you talk about maybe some of the things that we might be surprised to find at the market?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of vendors who do handmade can customize things for you. And that's a thing too, that they might not even have something there available that you would like, but you talk to them. A lot of them do private orders, so ask them kind of what you're looking for. Talk to your vendors. That's the biggest thing that we say, don't just walk up and, engage with them, because a lot of times they have different things that you just don't know what else is available they can do for you.
Or like something that's not displayed out there. They might, have back at their shop or something like that.
Yeah, because, they have a limited spot, right, to display their wares. But if you like the product, like the feel, talk to the vendor. They'd love to make that sale, and you'd love to have, a unique a unique gift.
Yeah, so I've heard there's a little bit of an early bird kind of special here where we can
Yes.
get in early.
Yes.
How do the ticket prices work? So talk about the early bird,
Sure.
and then when you get into the main days, talk about the ticket pricing.
Yeah, well, we started early buyer probably about 3 years ago. People just wanted to get in sooner, and we thought, well, we can limit the amount of tickets. That way, people who don't like shopping in such a crowded space could also be able to shop with less crowds, get parking, and just maybe be able to see a bit more without the crowds of people. So it was great because people took to it, and by the time we open for general admission, majority have made it at least halfway through. So from 10 to 12 on Friday is the early buyer, and it's $15. And you can come, stay for the rest of the day, and then general admission opens at noon. But those tickets for early buyer are only available online.
Okay.
And the reason is because we cap it at a certain amount so that it is, a special time.
So you
for
feel
people.
like you're kind of getting that individualized time throughout the
Absolutely,
market, and
yeah.
you actually get a little bang for your buck. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, that's such a short time frame too that you mentioned. Like in comparison to you saying, hey, the people can get through maybe half of the market by the time that GA is let into the building. And they already have had a couple of hours to be able to check everything out.
Yeah.
This place has to be huge.
Yeah.
It is huge.
Yeah.
It is huge. But the great thing, they make trips to their car and they come back in and,
They're like, all right,
and they're
another
like,
bag full.
we love this early time because we're able to get in and out. And by the time, people start showing up for general admission, they're most of the way done and they've enjoyed that less crowded shopping.
Yeah, absolutely.
awesome.
I know we've got some families watching. When is Santa coming into town? When can we expect his big visit?
Well, Santa and Mrs. Claus.
Okay,
not
can't forget
just
about Mrs.
Santa.
Claus, absolutely.
He's bringing Mrs. Claus. Yeah, they will be there both Friday and Saturday. They're there a couple of hours each of those days, and then they'll be walking through the market as well, because they have a list too that they need to check off and shop. So yeah, Santa will be there.
Well,
as
they also are probably keeping an eye on the kiddos too, making sure that they're being good.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
Absolutely.
that's a big thing.
Yeah.
All right, so give us the information. I know you kind of said the tickets on what day is what, but what times can we head out to Farmgirl Flea, and where is it at so everybody knows?
Sure. It's at Countryside Greenhouse in Allendale, right on Lake Michigan Drive. Friday, 10 to 12 is early buyer, and general admission is from 12 to 5. Now, general admission is $7, and it's cash only at the door.
Okay.
Kids under 12 and military, active, and veterans are all free. And there's free parking as well. And then Saturday, we open back up at 9 and we go to 4, and that's general admission as well, $7. Cash again at the door.
Well, cool. And farmgirlflea.com is where you can find all that other
Absolutely.
information
Yes.
that you might need to know.
Yeah.
Well, Karen, we appreciate your time. It's always good to see you and have you in studio to tell us all about what's going on this season. Hopefully, we'll have you back during the next
I'd
Farmgirl
love to
Flea.
be here. I
It'd be really
appreciate
fun.
you having us.
Of course,
Yeah.
Karen, thank you. Just about to turn 8:42. We're back after this in a minute.